Hello everyone, welcome to the history of ShowBiz Pizza Plaza and Chuck E. Cheese's in Guatemala City. Part 1. This is, at the time of this, when this video comes up, this is the final video of the summer. So, it's all been a good summer, but all things must come to an end. The reason why I'm making this video because I have never seen once a history video covering Guatemala City. All the videos you see. What do all 4 of these videos have in common? Yes, they're all history videos, but something else. They're all from the United States. That's right, they're all from the United States. Today we'll be going over Guatemala City. And let's just... So you may be asking, what is ShowBiz Pizza Place? ShowBiz Pizza Place started with these two people, Robert L. Brock and Aaron Factor. Robert L. Brock did the arcade and restaurant part of the restaurant, while Aaron Factor did the rest. No one knows when Guatemala City opened, but according to a wiki, I think it opened around 1986. There's no video or pictures at this time. I have to guess what they have to offer. I guess this is what it could have looked like, the entrance. For arcades, it was a pretty retro arcade, and the normal arcade you find at the time, such as Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Popeye, and the Super Mario Bros. Game, Pac-Man, Hubert, and more. Also, they had a giant ball pit. Also, they had a playhouse similar to this. Also, they have their own prizes, such as plushies and records. Remember records? Also, they had a salad bar and a Coca-Cola refreshment stand. I don't think they sold Coca-Cola at the time. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, they had the Billy Bob merry-go-round. Also, in the showroom, they had the rock fire explosion. With 3 stages. On the first stage was Rolf and Earl. On the second stage, we have Duke, Fats, Beach Bear, and Mitzi. Also, there were some prop characters such as a spider named Antioch, the sun and moon, and Choo Choo. Also, there's a frog. On the third and final stage are Billy Bob and Looney Bird. What if I tell you there was a second floor? That's right, a second floor. We're gonna get to the end in the next chapter, but you have to wait and see. Also, the show tapes were dubbed in a different language, which makes sense because they were performing in a different country. I don't think they had guest characters, so no Uncle Clunk and no Statue of Liberty. For the Statue of Liberty, it makes sense not to be there because she's an American icon. For Uncle Clunk, I'm not sure. Now let's check out the second floor, shall we? So at the time, Chuck E. Cheese's and ShowBiz Pizza were merging at the time. So that means some Chuck E. Cheese's stuff may be in there present too. On the second floor, they had a unique stage. Of the new stage at the time, that was a 2-stage. A 2-stage was a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic show on 2 stages, even though it was technically a 1-stage. It was similar to the 3-stage, but it featured Cyberamic and not creative engineering bots. The reason why it's called the 2-stage because the fiber optic sign and the TV were separating the 2 stages. Chucky was on his own stage, and the rest of the band members had their own stage too. Also, the curtains can open side to side or be raised up. When looking at this picture, it raises a lot of questions. Why is the wink not on the valance like normal stages? What's how the curtains open up? Should the TVs be there instead of there? What's behind these curtains? Why is the guy doing a little dance or something? What do the animatronics look like? There are so many questions, but I'm able to answer two. We see a picture of the Chuck E. Cheese animatronic right there, but the curtains are in the way. We see a little bit of Chuck, but not the rest of the band members. Plus, we didn't see the animatronics in action. For the guy, I think it was a special event held at the Chuck E. Cheese's. Also, this leaves some more questions, like, did Chuck E. Cheese have special events, or this is the only one? We may never know. Concept unification was a process at Chuck E. Cheese at ShowBiz Pizza, where they convert the the Rockfire Explosion into the Chuck E. Cheese band. So the process went like this. Rolf became Chuck E. Cheese himself, with the Earl Schmo animatronic being removed. Mitzi became Helen. Fats became Munch. Beach Bear became Jasper. Duke became Pasquale. You think it ends there, right? No. The sun became the building. The moon remained intact. Munch Jr. became Choo Choo became Munch Jr. and the spider, aka Antioch, became the Wink, and Looney Bird became everyone's favorite pizza camp. All the people were very upset because all the characters they knew and loved were now dead, and now they've been replaced with these central knockoffs. I do love the characters, but it's sad to see the Rockfire go. Along with constant unification, they got a new logo. Also, why? You're thinking why they did this? Well, ShowBiz Pizza was trying to get the rights to the Rockfire Explosion. That means they can have full control of the shows. Aaron had two options: get the Rockfire Explosion to corporate, or turn the Rockfire Explosion into like too Munch's make-believe band. Aaron took the second option. You can watch the full tape. You can watch the full tape on YouTube, but if you are a diehard ShowBiz Pizza fan, it will make you cry. Also, during the conversion, the Rolf and Earl show tape was played, where they look at some highlights, and Earl was trying to find where the other Rockfires went to. Well, Rolf knows that. Also, the second floor was demolished, marking the end of Guatemala City's 2 stage. No one knows what happened, but I have a couple of theories. I have 3 theories. One, they're probably sent to another location, or sent to another location, B, sent to a collector, or C, destroyed. And most of the Cyberamic 2 stage props were sent to the concept unification stage, such as the fiber optic sign and the building. However, everything else was made for the 3 stage. Also, you may be asking, why is the Wink not the same as this Wink? I hate to tell you this, but no one knows. Also at this time, Chucky's tuxedo was replaced with the cool Chuck outfit later on. Also, they got some new games, such as the Hot Cocoa Ride. It's just a Hot Cocoa Ride. This thing, the Kitty Coaster, this basketball game, the Playhouse, this thing, I can't see it because it's blurry, shooting hoops, and The photo ride. Last but not least, the photo ride. You can look. You can if you want to learn more about the photo ride, I'll link it in the description down below. Also, they added sky tubes in the mid-90s. Nothing changed until the 2000s. Chucky, Helen, and Munch got all their latex masks being replaced with plastic masks, the ones you see in most free stages today. This makes Jasper and Pasquale the only two characters with latex masks. Chucky's still has his latex mask, but the latex mask is under the plastic mask. Also, the building got a massive upgrade. Also, Pizza Cam was still there, but I don't think he's in I don't think he's in the box or not in the box. Also, they still have the Conspirafication front, which later be replaced with a normal TV. And also, somewhere around this time, they got the new Phase 3 remodel. Also, along with the new logo. Also, they got some new posters. These include the record posters. All the posters were inside the Guatemala City are the Rolling Bone, the black and white picture of Helen, Chucky, and Munch in the picture. I think they're remodeling or someone was too lazy to hang it up. Gotta get that pizza, Jasper T. Jowls, the confetti posters, the postcards, the salad bar and beverages sign, the square posters with Chucky and his friends, this weird Chucky sign, this wood paneling Chucky sign, movie parody posters, Valenology and Flabby Road, and more. Also, there are two Batmunch. I think it was accidentally bought two instead of one. Also, later they got the Phase 4 remodel, which includes a new logo. And I think they only got one poster, which is the memories picture. Also, they installed the new TVs. Installed new TVs for each end of the stages. So Chucky's khakis were removed, along with his hat. Chucky's khakis, leaving Chucky's going command. Also, Avenger Chuck was being replaced with Rockstar Chuck at the time. That means the company had to force to make some changes. First of all, Chucky's hat was removed to look like the Rockstar design. Also, the conditions started to go downhill. When they're aired up, Chucky's eyes were always closed. Helen's mouth barely open, and one of his eyelids is broken. And Helen's body was broken too, and I barely saw, and one of his ear levers was broken. Munch's, I barely see Munch's foot tap, and his mouth barely opened. And Jasper's drum ham had the most damage, including his drum ham being broken, his legs being broken, his eyelids being broken, one of his eyelids is broken, and it was just a big mess. Also, the mask started to show some damage because it hadn't been replaced in a while. And Pasquale also got most damage because his arm barely moved. His arms barely moved. Pasquale was always looking up. His body lean was always pushed back, and I saw his eyelids barely move, and along with his eyes. Also, most of the islands were painted black, which, okay. Let's check the building. Oh my god. So, building's mouth was open way too much and made a hole. And made a hole, uh, and the thing that makes him raise broke over time. And they just disabled building altogether. And the moon was just the moon. I think Guatemala City didn't hire tech because the conditions started to go bad to worse. Also, they got some new games around this time, such as the Chuck E. Cheese's sketchbook. Also, can I talk about the showroom is very crowded. For 2015, it was like this is a lot of people. There's something you don't see every day. Also, the wink didn't actually wink, making the purpose of the wink pretty pointless. Also, around this time, Munch Jr. and Pizza Can were both removed. Nothing changed until 26. It was all fun and games until 2016, where Chuck E. Cheese is permanently closed. Chuck E. Cheese is actually closed. Probably a lease disagreement, or the building was about to be demolished. And after immediately closed, and the building was slowly demolished. Now, for a moment of silence. So there you have it, the history of Chuck E. Cheese's in Guatemala City, Part 1. Part 2 and Part 3 may come in the future. So this is Seth Booth saying peace. If you want to, also one more thing before, if you want to pay your respects, the location is HFWH plus 9QM CDAD D Guatemala 101009 Guatemala. Wow. Tell Seth sent you. This is Seth Booth. This is Seth Booth officially saying peace.